What's up, people? This is Jay Barr with Bar Creative. This is my kid's room, as you can tell. Just wanted to comment on this video. I'm trying to start a series where I teach you what you need to know about certain plugins and online creative software in 10 minutes or less. So I'm not sure what the name's going to be yet. This is the first of those videos. This one's about audio compression. I'm going to put in the description below the time code, the number, like 1 minute 26 seconds or whatever it's going to be for each point that I make, so you guys don't have to filter through the video. You're gonna hear a lot of pops and clicks. My CPU is really struggling on this one. I gotta check the settings, but guys, this is new and I'd rather get a video out than sit there and try to figure out every single detail on it. So I hope you enjoy. This is Bar Creative. This is a tutorial, less than 10 minutes, on how to understand your compressor. So if you are kind of confused on that, this video will help you understand how to make your compression happen in 10 minutes, or actually it's more like 7 minutes. There's my son Evan. Hey, dude. Hey guys, this is Jay Barr with Bar Creative, and this is a 5-minute master on audio compression. So what does a compressor do? Let's open it here. A compressor is basically like, you know when you're watching TV and the commercials come through super loud? If you put a compressor on your TV, it would keep the commercials from coming through sounding like they're super mega loud. It would keep it at the same volume. So in music, you can use a compressor to keep your really high, kind of hot peaks at a minimum so that it kind of comes through all at the same volume. And because of that, you can maximize the volume at which you play it. Because if you hit a big old, maybe you crush the bass drum one time too hard and it peaks out and you get some cutting, you can use the compressor to eliminate that, and so you can increase your overall volume. Alright, so now that that's explained, let's go ahead and start the timer on the 5-minute master, and let me take you through this. So the input gain is basically the volume coming in of your signal. So let's check this out. I'll hit play. And you can see that right now I'm kind of maxing out around -3, something like that. You can see my compressor is actually working. So let me tell you what these values actually do. So input gain, like I said, is just the volume coming in. So if you need to increase it or decrease it, you can do that with the input gain. Threshold, this is the number value, the decibel value, where the compressor is going to start to work. So right now I have my value at -18, and so that means that anything coming in over -18, the compressor is going to go to work on it. So let's check it out. So right now you can see -18 is right here, and above it all this stuff is getting compressed, meaning it's lowering the amplitude, which is the volume, and kind of shortening those peaks. Now, how does it, how much compression is actually being applied? That's what the ratio is for. So this means if I have it at 3:1, what that means is that for every 3 decibels over 18 that my signal goes, it's going to knock it down to 1. So if I was at 3 over, it would knock it down to 1 over. If I was at 6 over, it would knock it down to 2 over, and that's because of the ratio, 3:1. Let's say I was at 5:1. So if I was 5 decibels over 18, it would knock it down to 1 decibel over 18. If I was up 10 decibels over that -18 value, it would shorten those signals so that at 5:1, and I'm 10 over, that means it would shorten it down to only be 2 over. And so that's kind of how that works. Makeup. So what you are doing is you're lowering the volume on these high signals. So the makeup, if you're not getting enough volume out, that's what the makeup's for. It's to make up your lost, sound volume. Now on Logic they have this auto gain. Off means that you're controlling it. 0 and 12 are like presets, and it kind of sets it for you, but it has to do with the makeup. Over here, knee. This is something that confuses people sometimes. A knee value of 0 means that whatever the threshold number is, that's where the compression starts, right on the button. So right now, a 0 knee means that anything over the 18 gets the compression. But if you put the knee value up, what it does is it actually makes a range. So maybe it's like from here to here is where the compression starts, And so it starts a little bit before the 18 and kind of eases in, so that once you do cross that line, for values that are kind of down around here, it won't apply the compression right away. It kind of eases into the compression. So a soft knee is a value of 1. That means it's not a hard line where the compression starts. It's kind of a range before the 18. And a value of 0 means there's no knee. It's a hard knee, and it starts right on the 18. Attack and release are just like on synthesizers. The attack is how much time it takes for the compression to kick in. And so on short sounds like drums and poppy, like percussive type sounds, you want to have a short attack. For longer sounds like maybe vocals and strings, you want to allow that transient to develop, so that, because that kind of determines what kind of sound you have. Like strings have that, it's a very long attack. They kind of take a minute to ease in. So you can match your attack so that you allow that transient to be recognized by the human ear, and then the compression will start. So for longer sounds, longer attack. For short percussive sounds, short attack. And release is the amount of time that the compressor holds on. So release would be for short poppy percussive sounds, you might want a short release. And for like side chaining and stuff like that, which I'll get into in another video, you could have a really long release, and so the compressor is going to work and kind of let off. So let's check it out. You can see how the needle falls kind of slowly with a long release. So see how slow it's falling? If I take the release down really short, it falls much quicker. And so the compressor's holding on longer. Auto will set the attack and release for you. And then we have all these limiter values over here. I'll do that in another video, but just know for now your mix is how much the compressor is working, and so you can kind of dial this in to your preference. If you want the compressor sound only, like only the signal after compression, you could have it at 100%, and you can kind of dial it in to where you like the sound. This is absolutely no compression because it's all input going out at this point. And so this is just the mix. This is how much compression you're actually applying. So you can dial it in. So after you set it, you can hear my Rams dying. You could dial that in there. And then finally, output gain is how much volume you have going out of the compressor. So I can make it louder, quieter, and so you can kind of dial that in as the last step. So alright guys, that's 5 minutes on audio compression. I hope I cleared up some of the mystery behind it. If you like what I'm doing here, please like, share, subscribe. Just spread the love, guys. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.